Welcome to the We Are Little Bit of Wrestling podcast. That's all that happened. A little bit of wrestling. Not a lot, just a little bit.
Un poquito.
Yes. Un poquito. And let's get started with the tag team three-way from AEW for the World Tag Team titles. This absolutely made no goddamn sense. It was Private Party versus Butcher and Blade versus the Acclaim. It made no sense.
No sense whatsoever. It was an okay match for what it was, but made no sense.
Yeah, no, it was a good match. Like, it was a really good match. It just didn't make any sense. There was no backstory of how this came to be, none of that. And it was like, we know that Private Party and Butcher and Blade have beef. Yeah, that's a thing. But the whole adding the Acclaim in for the titles was like random.
Yeah. It was like extra. You should have just had the 2-on-2 match.
Mm-hmm. But like they had the match, and of course the Acclaim win. It's like, okay, cool. Like, that's not a big deal. While the match is going on, Matt Hardy is cheering on Private Party. So that's something that we get into a little bit later on. And like, I see where they're going with the story. And it's like, I don't know how that's going to land, but I see where they're going with the story. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I kind of have a guess too.
Yeah. So then we get the Ass Boys. And they're back there with Stokely and Big Cass or W. Morrissey. And the Ass Boys are making jokes about FTR and the titles. And they're like, yeah, they have the AAA battery title and the IWGP R2D2 title. And the Ring of, like, what is it? I forgot what they call the Ring of
Horror.
Yeah, the Ring of Horror title. And like, Stokely kept correcting them. And they made a point to point out FTR has been number one contenders for the AEW tag team titles for like 6 months. And they're going to do what everybody else does. Just jump over them. And I'm like, I'm glad that they addressed that because FTR has been addressing it on Twitter every fucking week. It's like, yo, we're number one contenders. We're still number one contenders. We're still number one contenders. And nobody's paying attention to them. And everybody's just like, nah, I'm getting a shot. I'm getting a shot. I'm getting a shot. And it's like, Doc, what the fuck?
At least it's on TV now.
Yes. And now it's canon.
Yeah.
So then we had Jade Cargill, and we find out that Jade Cargill is now officially the baddest bitch because Trina said that Jade is the baddest bitch. And Jade is looking for competition, and Nyla Rose steps up. And Nyla steps up, and Marina Shafir is with Nyla and Vicky Guerrero. So Nyla basically challenges, says she fought her last time. Now she's gonna beat her this time for the championship. And it's like, okay. So Vicky throws a shirt at what's her name? Layla Gray. And then of course, you have to have Nyla Rose with one of the best lines. She was like, your eyebrows is ashy anyway. It's like, dude, you didn't have to go there.
She always got that last fucking line. Like, you gotta love her for that shit.
Yes. So then we had a match. Now, okay, I don't know what the end game is, which I probably kind of see a little bit of the end game, which I hope that this is the end game with Lee Moriarty. That Lee Moriarty winds up challenging Daniel Garcia for the Pure title.
They alluded to that.
Yeah. Because Lee is like, he's wrestling Lee style. And if you know, he's like really fucking technical and he's good. And he's fighting Fuego del Sol. And he's doing all of this cool shit, beating up Fuego del Sol. And he makes him submit. And it's like, okay, cool. Then all of a sudden, W. Morrissey just choke slams the living bejesus out of Fuego del Sol. Like, I mean, you can see Fuego's soul leave Fuego del Sol.
Did the Fuego leave him or did the soul leave him?
Both. They both left him at 2 different times. It was bad. So then we get this backstage thing with Hangman, Ten, and Uno. And all of a sudden, Andrade's Jose shows up. And they showed last week how Ten got eliminated because Hangman ducked and Ten got eliminated from a dropkick. And it's like, okay, that's not a big deal. But if you look at Ten, Ten has like this face this whole time. I know he's masked up, but he has this face like, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Like he just isn't into it. So Andrade says, you need to come with me. So Andrade challenges Ten, hey, your mask versus your career in AEW. And part of me, I'm not even joking, part of me is like, I hope Andrade loses. I hope he loses.
Me too.
Because even Andrade is unhappy. Even Andrade is unhappy. He's been retweeting stuff and like talking about 30 seconds being on television. And it's like, Doug, we can tell that you're unhappy. It's fine. So, but I really think that Ten is going to lose the mask and wind up joining like Andrade's group. Like that's going to be the
totally repackage him and all that after that.
Yeah, like that's it. So as Dark Order leaves, fucking Stokely and Ego show up, and they basically do the contract tampering stuff. Everything we said on the podcast about contract tampering and like how they're playing this up as, you know, some like kind of the WWE bullshit. And it's like, okay, like that makes sense. And the funny part about it is like they're telling Andrade about what Matt did, and he's so clueless. He's like, what are they talking about? He was tampering contracts? What are they talking about? And he was so lost. And that was the best part. It was like he had no fucking idea what was going on. And I liked it.
That was like a cool little thing there.
Yes. So then we had the match of Rampage. Friend of the show, Willow Nightingale versus Jamie Hayter. This was a really fucking good match.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, this match was so good that it had everybody going, yo, this is a really good women's match. Like, this is dope. AEW should do more of this. And I'm like, yeah, they should. And also they should acknowledge that Willow is signed with AEW.
Yep.
Cause this was a fucking dope ass match. Jamie win, but you know she was gonna win.
Yeah, it was obvious, but at least it was a good match.
Yeah. So then we have Ward Joe, and they're just talking about beating people and nothingness, and it was like, why? Like, just why? Like, they never said who they wanted to face. It was just like, why? I don't understand it yet.
It's like one of those weird parallels, like fucking Thunderstorm that was there for no reason.
Yes. So then we get a tribute to New Jack, because Briley Pierce or Ryan Nemeth was out there talking, and all of a sudden Hook comes out and beats the living crap out of him, chokes him out with the red rum. And I know people are like, how is this a New Jack thing? What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. His music never stopped.
Yeah.
Hook's music never stopped. And they were in Philly. So it's like, yeah, this is perfect. So after
like, if
Hook,
you didn't know, like, if you wasn't paying attention, you would not catch that little thing. But the music said it all.
Right. So Hook is leaving, and the Trustbusters come out with their butler. I didn't know they had a fucking butler. And they give this envelope to Hook. Hook takes the envelope. So part of me is thinking, oh, it's them inviting him into the Trustbusters. Real me is thinking, oh, it's the Trustbusters challenging him for the title. That's what I think.
Why not both?
It could be both.
They try to invite him in it, but it's going to lead into them versus him.
Yes. So then we get a commercial package, which I'm glad that AEW did capitalize on this. A Swerve package because Swerve was at Rolling Loud this year. And it speaks to the part of the hip hop community and the outside community that Swerve is part of. Swerve is a bigger part of outside wrestling than he is just in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, I'm glad that they acknowledged that. And that was really cool.
Yeah.
So then we get a Hangman promo, and Hangman's talking about his match with Jon Moxley, and it's Hangman and Moxley, and it's so great because this is perfect Hangman. This is just like the most classic Hangman. He goes and he's talking about how he's gonna win. Moxley's talking about how he's gonna beat his ass. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
It gets to the fucking end, and Hangman is like, yeah, I can do it because I know the fans are on my side and I know I can win. The cameraman goes to him, dog, that match is in Cincinnati. Hangman just looks around and goes, oh shit. That was so great. Like, that was so great, dude. It was so great because, like, only Hangman would do some shit like that.
Yes. Like, it felt like him before he won the title. Like when he was with the Elite, like fucking up and shit.
Mm-hmm. It was so good.
Yeah.
So then we get to the main event, and it's John Silver versus Rush. And so now it's more apparent that Dark Order is going to face Andrade's crew, or whatever the hell they're called. So this is going on. They have the match. John Silver holds his own a little bit, and then he loses. So after the match, they just start beating his ass. Dark Order comes out. They have a fight. And then Hangman comes out to save everybody. And Hangman gets ready to clothesline Rush. Rush rolls out the way. Jose gets clotheslined for no reason. And Renegade literally goes, dude, this makes sense. Horse, like the cowboy versus the bull. This makes so much sense. They should face each other at the pay-per-view. And then all of a sudden they go, Tony Khan just said next week on Dynamite, it's the cowboy versus the bull. I'm like, God damn it, they literally just stole that from you.
Yes. But they didn't put it on the pay-per-view though, so.
Yes. But like, that was your idea. They called it everything that you called it. It was totally rip-off.
Hey, they steal everything off of you, so.
Yeah. But that was funny. And that ends Dynamite this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
it
that
was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. The Willow Jamie Hayter match was like the saving grace of the show.
Yeah.
Because like the whole rest of the show was just basically nothing but filler. Like it was basically nothing but filler to get to Dynamite next week.
Yeah, if you didn't say that, I was gonna say I liked the tag team match, but the fact that the Claim was in it made it filler.
Yeah. So that was Rampage. So we go to Dynamite. I mean, not Dynamite. SmackDown.
Yes.
And it starts off with Ricochet and Mad Crap Moss versus Sammy and Solo Sikoa. I don't know what happened between Ricochet and Solo Sikoa. I don't know what happened, but Solo threw a fucking chair in his face on a dive, which was like, okay, like that is kind of okay. But then Solo grabs Ricochet, throws him over the barrier, and Ricochet lands directly on his goddamn neck. And it's like, dude, you just tried to kill that man.
Like he had to say something about his mama or something because he was pissed.
Yeah. So Sammy and Solo beat Mad Crap, pinned the shit out of him. It was over. Then they beat Mad Crap up a little bit after the match. And it's like, yeah, you could kind of tell like that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
But that was fucking hilarious. Like that was great. So then we go to the back. And Sammy is going to go into the Bloodline room. But Jey Uso's like, nah, fam, you can't come in. And he's like, no, I'm part of the group, and you know this. And they start going like back and forth with like a little back and forth. But he lets Solo in, and him and Sammy beef. And then Sammy was like, nah, fam, fuck that. I'm part of the group. Fuck you. Don't talk shit to me like that. And he went in the room anyway. So like, once again, more sprinklings of dissent and more parts of the breakup.
Yep.
And we get to more of that later on. So then we had this Karrion Kross and Scarlett promo about how they're going to kill Drew McIntyre. And it's like, okay. I mean, it was nothing special. Some people were like, oh my God, I can't believe Triple H is actually invested in Karrion Kross again because like this made him feel special. And I was like, this felt nothing to me. I felt nothing.
He felt more special in the indies, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So then we have Kayla, and she's interviewing Austin Theory. And here's something I noticed about Austin Theory. He's growing a beard. And it's like, that's different. That's weird. Also different.
Mm-hmm.
But he starts talking shit, and he starts talking shit about Drew. And Drew literally was like, yo, he walked up right behind him. He was like, yo, me and you in the ring now. Bring your ass out there. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. In theory, like, he was so scared because Drew came out of nowhere and just like, no, I'm going to fuck you up. Let's go to the ring right now. It's like, God damn, dude.
Like, he had a face on him like, uh-oh. I think he literally shit himself.
Yeah. So they set up the match, but Austin comes out with American Alpha. And it's like, okay. So of course they get in the match, but then here comes Johnny Gargano. I'm like, okay, cool. But then here comes Kevin Owens. You're like, okay. So now it's a 3-on-3, and we wind up setting up for later on a 6-man tag match. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool.
I kind of expected Braun Strowman. I didn't want him in there, but I kind of expected him. Thank God that was wrong.
Yes. Because this was in Canada, so like I figured that Kevin Owens and Johnny Gargano was going to be there.
Yeah.
So then we get a Maximum Male Model thing. And Maxine says she wants the male models to do a pose and break the record. And Max, you can tell Max is visibly upset and he just walks off. And then Hit Row walks up to the male models and makes them break the pose. And then they have to start all over again. Like, this is a thing throughout the night, so prepare for this to be something. So then we get Hit Row versus Los Lotharios. And they have a match, and Hit Row win. I mean, it was a nothing match.
Yeah, definitely nothing.
Yeah, because like I thought this would like have some implications on like something later on. Like, but the only thing they did allude to was like, oh, this is part of the tag team division. We have a strong tag team division. Blah, 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 tag team. So as they're doing this, like, it's over. And behind it is like another sign for Bray Wyatt. Basically telling you Bray Wyatt's coming soon, which will definitely be at Extreme Rules. We've said it multiple times. It's going to happen. So, yeah, that's...
Be prepared.
So, yes. So then we get a Ronda Rousey promo. And she's talking to Kayla, and she was like, "Hey, you have to face Natalia tonight, but what do you think about how Liv was?" And she literally goes, "Well, Liv isn't that crazy, and she isn't that extreme. What you saw last week wasn't even that good." And I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever." So Natty has a match with Ronda, and one point, Natty almost beat Ronda.
Mm-hmm.
So Ronda wins, and Liv comes out with a baseball bat. So Liv and Ronda are going at it. Liv has the baseball bat. Ronda fucks up Liv, throws her over the thing, and everybody thinks Liv is done. Liv is like, "Nah, fuck this." Liv jumps over the railing, comes back, and just starts beating the shit out of Ronda. And it just shows you how fucking psychopath Liv is, and like how she's actually going to be able to beat Ronda.
Because she gives no fucks whatsoever.
Yes. So this is where everything starts to get set up for later on. We have Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and Johnny Gargano. And the whole time, Johnny Gargano is trying to make peace between Kevin and Drew, because just a few weeks ago, Drew and Kevin had a match and they were fighting. And he makes peace between the two of them and get them two on the same page. And Kevin walks off, and Kevin sees the Maximum Male Models, and he makes a joke about them and then leaves. And he sees Sammy. And everybody just immediately pops. Sammy's sitting outside because he wasn't able to just like connect with Jey Uso and talk with Roman. And Kevin is talking to him, and Kevin's telling him he loves him, but he needs a new shirt. And it's just like, you can see the seeds are planting. It's happening.
It's coming together.
Yes. And Sammy, the funny part about it is like after he did that and walked off, Sammy had a slight little smile. So it's like, we know it's coming. And like now it's more and more apparent that like it's getting teased. It is happening. It is like, yeah, it's going down. It's working. It's happening.
Yeah.
So then we get back to the Maximum Male Models. And Shinsuke and Sonya Deville are messing with the male models, but they're still in polls. They're still in polls.
For a split second, I thought Shinsuke was going to join them.
I did too. So Imperium comes up. Here's the best part about Imperium. They brought back the old music and fused it with the new music.
Yes.
I love that. I love that little touch. It was like, that's great. Because I actually thought they just were going to keep the music, but then they fused it into the new music. I was like, oh, that's actually pretty new. I like that.
Yeah. It's like new and old.
So they're out there talking, and then Sheamus comes up. And Sheamus, and this is one of the good things about the new WWE, Sheamus literally goes, yo, my guys aren't here because they're stuck in Florida because of the hurricane. He was like, so I'm out here by myself. Sheamus pulls out the shillelagh, hits both of the members of Imperium, and he goes in there and starts fighting Walter or Gunther. And then Imperium does come back, and Gunther beats the living hell out of Sheamus. But Sheamus is like, nah, fam, we gonna fight, and I'm gonna take that title next week. And I'm all for them fighting more.
Yeah, hopefully Sheamus takes that title. Nothing against Gunther, but yeah, Sheamus deserves it.
Yeah. So then we get a Shotzi promo in the back, and we get a Bayley promo in the back. Two totally different promos. Then we have something that doesn't happen in WWE and doesn't happen often. So while the show was going on, the internet and everybody learned the passing of the great legend, icon, Antonio Inoki. So WWE stops what they're doing after the Bayley promo and actually acknowledges Antonio Inoki. And they didn't just acknowledge him as just like, Oh, Antonio Inoki died. Let's move on. They literally said he was the unrecognized WWF champion. And it's like, wait, they actually acknowledged that on air.
Yes.
And they talked about his MMA background. They talked about him being a legendary wrestler and a pioneer. The one thing that they did skip out on was him creating New Japan Pro Wrestling. But it was like, oh my God, I can't believe you actually mentioned all of these facts about him and also acknowledged him in the middle of a show. And it was like, that's how you can tell that WWE is like completely different.
Because they never do that. If anything, they leave it for the next show.
Yes. And like that was the fact that they mentioned that he was like the unrecognized WWE champion was like, that's forbidden. Like that's like totally forbidden. Like that's something you don't bring up. It's like, no, it's unrecognized, so we don't talk about it. The fact that they mentioned it was like, wow, this is a whole new WWE.
Don't be surprised if on Monday they do like a video package and they actually acknowledge New Japan, you know.
That would be an actual shock. That would be an actual shock.
Yeah.
So we had Bayley and a return of the tank for Shotzi. Shotzi's tank return, which for 4 weeks, well, actually 3 weeks, we known about it and was waiting for the tank to show up, and it didn't show up, and it just kept sitting there, and it finally showed up this week. So good on it.
For some odd reason, Michael Cole popped though.
Yes. I mean, I know a lot of people that actually did pop that didn't have prior knowledge to this. So that was a good thing.
Yeah.
Because like every week, like since I've known about it, I was waiting for it to come out. I was like, it's in the back. I'm waiting. And this week was the week it happened. So yeah. So they had a really good match though. They did have a really good match. Killer match.
Yep.
And Bayley wins with the Rose Plant. And after the match, she pulls out a ladder and she's about to squash Shotzi. And all of a sudden, Bianca Belair shows up. And Bianca saves Shotzi and almost beats up Bayley. And Bayley gets out of there and like survives. It's like, oh shit. Like they're like, and they put over this fucking ladder match because it's the first time that a 1-on-1 women's ladder match is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So that was awesome. So then we go back to the Maximum Male Models, and they're 5 seconds away from breaking this record. And all of a sudden, Max Dupree just punches Mansoor and just lays him out. And he's like, you guys are dumb. You were better than this. What is wrong with you? Like, this isn't you. And he's just like talking all of this shit. And then he just gets ready to leave. And he just quietly goes, yeah. And it's just, you're like, yeah, LA Knight's back.
Yep.
And immediately, Michael Cole and Corey Graves say the thing that I was waiting to talk about, and they say it out loud. They go, wow, if Max Dupree is left, who's gonna lead the Maximum Male Models? And it's like, we all know that there's only one model who can lead the Maximum Male Models.
Okay.
Do you know who it is?
I probably do, but I'd rather you say it.
You sure you don't know who it is? Like, you can say it if you know.
I don't think I do, so go ahead.
I mean, the person who has a summer home in Helsinki, Finland, and he's a bottle. He's a bottle. He perfected selfies. Why is he not leading the male models who all of a sudden mysteriously showed up on the bump this week out of nowhere? No reason at all. There's no reason at all. No one Gave him a reason. Showed up on a fucking bump. And it's like, okay. So, yeah.
That works.
Tyler Breeze running Maximum Male Models. There it is. That's the best play.
Yeah. That works.
Yes. So then we get the main event, the 6-man tag match. And this match was a banger. And in the middle of the match, Corey Graves mentions Dragon Gate and Evolve. And Corey Graves literally goes, yeah, Dragon Gate and Evolve are on WWE Network. But he paused right after it because it was like he knew he fucked up because both of them are not on the network. Only Evolve is. And he's like paused and was like, shit, I shouldn't have said Dragon Gate was on the network. But that was funny.
I even asked you, was that true?
Yes. So then we got to the ending. And this is the one thing I'm pissed off about. Kevin Owens gave the stunner to Otis on the table. Johnny Gargano gave the one final beat to Chad Gable. And Austin Theory got the Claymore kick. And the camera missed all three of them. All three of them.
Yeah.
It was bad. And then after the match, Drew whipped Austin, and that was the end of the show. It was enjoyable.
Other than missing those 3 moves, yeah.
Yes. So yeah, like that was the little bit of wrestling. You got anything to say before we end the show?
Nope.
Okay.